Hi everyone, and welcome to another tool review. This time I want to compare some of the pros and cons of a conventional tool belt with that of the new SuspendaVest system from Occidental leather. Now those of us who are involved in the building trade are well aware of some of the undesirable traits of the conventional tool belt, that of having to constantly be pulling it up, all that weight hanging around your waist, and you feel like your pants are going to fall down, and just the things of the bending over, working, building walls, and having that belt, the pressure of that belt constantly pulling in on your stomach, and especially right after you eat a meal, you put down your tool belts for lunch, and you come back after lunch and you put your tool belt on, you've just eaten a meal, and so you're full, and then you got to bend over and be nailing at walls. I don't need to go into any detail, but we're aware of how uncomfortable and undesirable that can be. And so what I want to look at is some of the things that I do like about the conventional belt over what I'm experiencing with the SuspendaVest, and then I'm going to look at some of the things that I do like about the SuspendaVest and how it is a huge improvement overall over this system. First of all, the traditional tool belt is a cooler option. One of the things I discovered pretty quick when we started getting some warm days when I was wearing the SuspendaVest was that it is very, very uncomfortably warm in the summertime. It makes you sweat tremendously. And so basically what I've done is that is my winter system, and this is what I wear in the summer, because it's that bad. It makes me sweat so bad, and I hate sweating. And for those of you who love hot weather, love to sweat, more power to you. If you want to wear the SuspendaVest in the summer, great, but I could not hack it, seriously. It just was, it was horrible. And so I literally went back to this, even though I hate, like I said, I've worn this system for years and it works. It's tried and proven. But when I saw the SuspendaVest system without a belt, I thought this is really something I want to try, because I've known I just get tired of this belt and all this weight hanging around my waist, and the weight constantly pointing. I don't even have any weight. I don't even have any nails, fasteners on the left here now, so it's kind of lopsided. I got it full of tools here to kind of represent, how it is to wear this when you're working. But when I saw that, I thought I want to try that, but I soon discovered that it was not for me in warm weather, because it was just so hot. I finally just said, I just have to go back to the belt. So as it stands now, I'm wearing this in the hot weather, so probably at least 4 months out of the year, I'll be wearing this. And then the rest of the year, I can wear the SuspendaVest. But that is probably one of the main advantages of the belt system. Probably the largest for me would be that it's simply cooler to work with. Now I have tried already wearing suspenders with the belt. Some of the systems have suspenders with the clips that you can clip right on and wear, but I tried them already. I didn't like them because it seemed like whenever I went to do something overhead, then it felt like I was trying to lift the weight, because it was, how your shoulders kind of go up, and so whenever I'm working overhead, then it was trying to pull that weight up, and I didn't like it, and so that's why I never wore them. But honestly, I don't really think about that with the SuspendaVest, and I think the reason the suspenders bother me is I probably have them too far out on my shoulders, but as long as you keep the straps of the SuspendaVest in, it doesn't bother me too bad. I don't hardly even think about it when I'm working overhead. All right, and the second thing that I really miss about the belt when I'm wearing the SuspendaVest system is this right here. I bought this bag to put on the back here so I can keep all my stick nails in here, which is really nice. So whenever I'm framing, I can have all the stick nails in here, and that lets all my left side pockets here free for nails and screws, which is really nice. And so that is one thing with the SuspendaVest, is not quite as versatile in being able to add things on, and we'll look at some of that when I have that on. But I just thought I'd point that out. That is one thing I do really miss with the SuspendaVest. And now for an overview of the SuspendaVest system from Occidental leather. As most of us are aware of, Occidental leather has been manufacturing some very, very high quality, handcrafted leather goods for the construction trade for many, many years. And this system is no exception to that. With the heavy duty leather bags, and now they do make conventional belt systems too, but when I saw that they offered this setup, I thought this is something I really want to try, because as we're all aware of, and I pointed out with the belt system, there's definitely some very, very undesirable things about having all that weight hanging around your waist day in and day out. And I must say that this system, I've had it for over a year now, and so I can safely say that I've pretty well come to a conclusion of the things that I do like and the things that I do not like about it. I will say overall it is a definite improvement over the belt system, but there are definitely some things that I do not like about it as well. So first of all, I'm going to point out some of the things that I do like and that are an improvement over the belt system. First of all, very easy on, easy off. Simply one little clip here, loosen it, and you can drop the whole system right on the floor. And then back on, as simple as picking it up. Flipping it, and you're ready to go. It is also very easy to adjust. This thing here can simply be adjusted as wide as you need it. Very simple. There's adjustment on the back as far as pulling the bags either front further or back further along the side, and also in the shoulder straps for adjustment for height, bring the bags up or down. So it's fully adjustable. You can adjust it pretty much however you want it, which is really nice. Another thing I really like about the SuspendaVest is that I can have my phone right here, and as you can see, it's closer to my ear obviously than what it would be if it's down here on a belt, and it's also safer up here, more protected. Now the one thing, it can kind of get in the way if I go to lean in over something and my phone hits. So it does have its drawbacks to having it right here, but I think it's definitely better here than down further somewhere. It's really nice to have it close to your ear. You're more likely to hear it ringing. So with earplugs in. So now we'll look at some of the layout features that I like about it. I am very, very happy with the right side, which for me would be the tool side. It is laid out very well. It has the two pockets on the outside. I have my laser distance meter in here, my chalk line. Inside the big compartment here, you can put whatever you want in there. I have my red and green snips in there right now. Utility knife slot right here. I have my snap-off knife, my blower nozzle, pencil, my nail sets are in here, which I'm not real happy with that pocket. It's a little too deep for these. I wish I had a better pocket for my nail sets, but it works. Here I have my chisel. And probably my favorite thing of all about this setup here is this loop on here, which with the belt that I had, my only option was to hang my impact or whatever tool I have out here on my outside pocket, which works, but it's not real ideal. This is perfect. This is a really smart loop here because it works absolutely perfect for the drill, hanging right there, and then you can still put another tool behind it. Your snips, like if I'm doing shingles, I use the snips, and so that's right there, very easy to get at. Another thing that I can do is a hammer tacker. It works perfect in there, even with a drill. You can put something like that in there. So that loop is very versatile and nice on that side. On top here, the top section here, we have two small pockets here. You can see about what size they are. I can slide my snap-off knife in there. It's basically the same size pocket there. Up here is a larger pocket. You can see it's completely buried in there, so it shows how deep that is. You could put a couple snips up here technically if you wanted to. Whatever you got. I mean, it's very versatile. And then there's two more pencil pockets right here, and there's also a larger pocket up here. You could put something in if you wanted to. Barely fits in there, it works. So yeah, there's just a lot of options. Now the left side is the side that I am very, very unhappy with, And as you can see, I have an extra bag added on here. This simply has a clip. And I bought this afterward because I was so unhappy with this setup. So basically, as it stands, as the thing comes, all you have is this outside pocket and a bigger pocket, and this pocket up here, which I like. I like being able to have my tape on the left side here. I prefer that over having it on the right. And then I'm not a big fan of having my torpedo level on the left side. I'd rather have it on the right, but I finally got tired of this. There's just no pocket over here that it fits in. And I got tired of it lying loose in there, so I finally just kept it over here. There's a couple pencil slots here, the square of course, and my nail puller bar right there, which is very nice. That's all the way I want it. But my biggest complaint about this side is that there's only 2 pockets for fasteners. I would have really liked to see 2 smaller pockets here instead of this larger one. And that's why I purchased that extra thing to put out here, but it's really not ideal because when you get it on, it's so low, I have to practically bend over to reach my nails. It's way down there. It's just not ideal. But anyway, it's a way to get some extra fasteners if you need it. Now, for framing, general framing, new construction, it's not as big of an issue because you don't need that many fasteners. But if I'm doing remodeling stuff, then I want to have maybe 3 different kinds of screws, nails, 4 or whatever, and you just can't do it. And that's one of my biggest gripes about this setup. And the other thing is, I showed you I had the pocket on the back of with the belt system for the stick nails. Here, I have no option but to put them in my main pocket. Well, then I cover up my 12 penny nails or whatever I have in here for framing, my hand nails. They're on top of them. It's just a real pain. That's my absolute biggest gripe of all about this system, is the lack of pockets on the left side. But anyway, I've been able to make it work, and with this thing, but it's doable. But that's an improvement I would have liked to see with this setup. And then here, it's basically the same as on the right side. You got the 2 small pockets there, and then the larger one up here. It's deeper and it's that wide, and the 2 pencil slots, and that's pretty much it for this side. Now, another thing that I don't like about this system is I believe the bags tend to spill a little easier than they do on a belt system, which makes sense because with a belt the bags are held solid right here. In other words, this way they're not going to move much, but here this whole thing can flex. It's really easy to move. It's just hanging here. So when I'm stepping forward with my left leg, and I go to lean over. What happens is, you'll see here, I lean down. See how the bag flops front like that? And if that's on the left side, if I have that happen, I don't have enough weight over here right now to make that happen on this side probably, but it'll flip front like that. And the nails will, if I have this pocket real full of nails, they'll spill right out. And so that can be a real pain sometimes. One other negative thing about this system is that I've noticed it's a little bit harder to balance. When I'm up on top of a wall and I'm walking on a narrow wall or something like that and marking off, it's a little bit harder to balance because the weight is hanging up on my shoulders. Compared to a belt, the center of gravity is a little bit lower, and so I do notice that it's a little bit more difficult to balance. And now to wrap this up, I would say yes, the SuspendaVest system is a definite improvement over the traditional belt system. I can comfortably carry probably about twice as much weight with this as I can with the belt system. A lot more tools in here, and I don't even hardly think about it that it's on my shoulders. It's just that comfortable to wear. I basically wanted to go over some of the pros and cons of this SuspendaVest system for the benefit of anyone who may be interested in going this route and purchasing one of these. So thanks for watching.